So you're moving to the Boise, Idaho area, and you keep hearing all these doom and gloom headlines from mainstream media sources like CNN, NBC, Fox News, and all these YouTubers out there spouting off about a market crash, because the market did crash, 100%, right? Well, we're gonna get after 5 different things you need to know if you're looking to move to the Boise, Idaho. A couple of these are gonna be a little more sensitive topics that we need to address, and a few of them are just things you need to know if you're moving to Boise, Idaho in 2023. So let's cover the first one up, which is talking about the market crash, the market correction, high interest rates. What the heck is actually going on here in Boise, Idaho? Well, what I am seeing with these higher interest rates that we have right now, sitting around 7% or so. The Fed keeps saying they're gonna raise rates, although last time they actually said they're gonna put a pause on it. So what I found is that, yeah, we did definitely go through a market correction. Prices dropped about 20% in the Boise area. They dropped about $125,000 roughly here in the Boise area. Actually from $602 down to $483,000, a little under 125. But prices have actually bottomed out a couple months ago and are already on the way back up, recovering to about $535,000, so up about $50,000 already. So not quite halfway back, but the market's up 10% down from the low. So basically what I'm seeing is even though we've got higher interest rates, that helped to get offset by that decline in housing prices. So homes are definitely a little bit more expensive on a monthly basis now than they were a year ago, but they're not quite as unaffordable as you might think they are because of that drop in prices. But housing prices are back on the rise. Now, I personally believe that interest rates are actually going to be on the decline soon as inflation does come down. We're seeing inflation start to drop. We've been seeing it come down. So inflation rates and interest rates are really tied together. So I think that'll start to come down and prices will start to continue to rise, as we've already seen a 10% rebound already. So if you're looking at moving, you're concerned about that, I totally get it, but I've got a lot of clients right now, and I'm gonna give you a little tip. My lender is gonna kill me. She told me not to talk about this publicly, but there is a program that one of my lenders has access to that can get interest rates about 1.5% to 2% lower. So right now, even though rates are around 7%, I'm getting interest rates for a couple of my clients down in the low to mid 5s. Not everyone qualifies. There's a lot of very stringent requirements about this. I had another client try to get qualified, couldn't do it. So reach out to me. I'll put you in touch with her. Maybe that'll work out, save you several $100s or more a month on your payments. That's gonna help you buy your home. Next up that we need to talk about is new construction homes. So a lot of people moving here to Idaho, you're moving here because you want higher quality of life. You want an affordable home and you want something really, really nice that you can live in for a long period of time. So what I'm recommending to a lot of people right now is really taking a look at new construction homes. You're gonna get a brand new home. Personally, I like to buy brand new. I like to buy a new car when I buy a new car, which is not often, but I like buying a new car because I know everything that's gone on with the history of that car because I'm the sole owner. When you get a brand new home, you get all these extended warranties with it. You know exactly what's happening with that home because you're the one maintaining it, living it. You have brand new systems that aren't gonna break for 10, 15, 20 years. When you start getting into older homes, you're gonna have systems that start to break, especially if they're in that 15 to 20 year range. Usually your roof, your HVAC, your heater, your AC unit, all those things are kind of at the end of their useful life. And you got a lot of expenses that you're either the homeowner that's selling it has to take care of, or you're gonna be on the hook for and have to come out of pocket for those shortly after purchasing. So a lot of builders right now have been offering incentives to help you purchase a home. Now, oftentimes these are really on homes you're gonna be building with them. So semi-custom homes that are gonna take 6 to 9 months to build out. You can go in and customize exactly what you want, and they'll give you promotion credits anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 to help either with the purchase price or towards your closing costs to help you not have to come out of pocket as much, or again with those upgrades. So you can really customize a lot more of what you want. Right now, builders are selling through a lot of their old inventory and their spec homes as they tried to get rid of kind of dead weight to lighten their ship so that they could survive the market correction that happened. The builders are almost done selling through that inventory, and so what we saw was actually very high days on market with new construction taking a long time to sell, but all that's pretty much gone, and for the most part, they're only doing new build custom homes, semi-custom homes for clients, which is great because you can customize what you want. It also means it could take 6 to 9 months to get that home. So they're not offering as many incentives anymore for spec homes, meaning homes that you can move in the next 1 to 3 months. But sometimes we can negotiate a few things for you. And again, you're getting a brand new home. So there's still opportunity there to at least get a brand new home. maybe some concessions from the builder, and be able to move you in the next 1 to 3 months. But if your time frame is extended out a little bit, 6 months, 9 months, then it actually makes a lot of sense to get into contract with a builder, and then that gives you time to potentially sell your home back where you're moving from, and then close on your home in 6 to 9 months. We're about to get after 3 more items that you need to know about before you move here to Boise, Idaho. And if you are looking to move here, all you got to do is reach out to me via phone, text, or email. I am a real estate agent helping people move all the time here to Boise, Idaho, just like you and you and you and you and you. And I absolutely love it. I myself moved from San Diego, California, and I know exactly what you're going through. All the stresses involved with actually making the move, making sure that you don't end up moving to the wrong area. So what we'll do, we'll schedule a time where we can sit down together, either on the phone or via Zoom. We can pull up maps, we can pull up homes, and really dive into the right area and type of home and the time frame that you're looking to move here, to help you make that smooth move here to Idaho. I moved my family, uprooted my family from San Diego to make the move here for just higher quality of life that I'm absolutely loving. And I see it with my clients when they move here, just how much they flourish by having that extra freedom that we all crave when moving here to Idaho. So again, whether you're 9 days, 90 days, or even 2 years out, please reach out to me so we can talk about a custom plan for getting you out here to Idaho. Next up, I want to talk about just a couple things that people don't really know about when they move here to the Boise, Idaho area. So there's 3 kind of main things. One, Boise, Idaho is essentially high desert. So high desert means very, very flat. Now we do border right up to the foothills and absolutely gorgeous mountains. I mean, just 45 minutes to an hour, you can be in the forest. I mean, for me, being from California, I'm used to going to the Sierras, and it almost looks like the Sierras to me. So within an hour or so, you can be right in that. But Boise and the surrounding areas itself, Treasure Valley, is actually very, very flat terrain for the most part. So it's a little bit different, especially if you're moving from parts of California, like for me from San Diego, a lot more canyons and hills and elevation change. So that's just a little bit different. The other thing related to that is how far apart things are. So you might look at the map and go, oh, that's only 10 miles away. But really you kind of have to double that number for how long it takes to travel 10 miles. Because these are generally speaking country roads that have been converted into larger main thoroughfares, there's more traffic lights, there's only one freeway that runs through here. If it says 10 miles, it's probably gonna take you 20 minutes, especially if you're living not in Boise itself and you're living out in the outskirts a little bit more in places like Nampa, Caldwell, Kuna, Star. It's gonna take you a little bit longer. So you just gotta plan for that. Personally, at first, I thought that'd be a problem. Once I moved here, I realized I love taking the country back roads. I kind of just try to avoid the freeway. I probably get on the freeway once every 3 or 4 weeks, to be honest. But I like to just slow down and take the little bit extra time, and you just kind of plan for it. And then the final thing that people need to know about moving here, and that's a big question that I get a lot, is what are the politics like here in Idaho? A lot of people are concerned about folks from California, myself included, moving to Idaho and affecting the local politics and shifting it into what they're fleeing, right? So I'll just let you know that Idaho has actually become more conservative over the last election cycle by 5 or 6 points. So actually the people moving here are actually voting consistently with the people that live here already. So yes, you will hear things like, oh, don't California my Idaho. But in reality, that's actually not really happening. Actually, an interesting stat that I just saw come out today is that the city of Boise, which is actually kind of a blue dot in a sea of red, actually lost about 1,500 people over the last year. Now they're saying it's because of affordability reasons in the city of Boise, which could be. I actually think it's because people are like, you know what, I want to go to the more conservative areas in the outskirts of Boise and let them have it, right? So that's all just something to keep in mind as you're moving out here. So if you are looking for, places that are going to be more in line potentially with your beliefs and really trying to avoid things like COVID policies that were put in place, etc., you may want to take a look at areas outside of Boise itself and more in Canyon County, like Nampa, Caldwell, Middleton, or some of the smaller cities around in Ada County, which is Boise, or some of the small cities around in Ada County with like Star and Kuna. Next up, I want to talk about a few hidden gems that you may not have heard of when moving here to the Treasure Valley area. And first up is the Hidden Springs, Cartwright Ranch, and Dry Creek Ranch neighborhoods, master planned communities that you may not have heard of. Now, they are different communities, but I am grouping these all together because they're actually very close together in the foothills of Boise, just outside of Eagle, up Highway 55 or up Bogus Basin Drive and Cartwright Road. Now these are master plan communities. I actually have a whole video right now about Hidden Springs and Cartwright Ranch. Now these are really, really cool neighborhoods. Hidden Springs actually has its own elementary school, its own fire department, its own little shops as well, like a general store, a restaurant, coffee shop, daycare, and it also has its own little farm, like its own community-owned CSA farm you can be a part of. And then Cartwright Ranch is immediately connected with that. You almost can't tell when you drive between Hidden Springs and Cartwright Ranch, except that Cartwright Ranch is newer construction, so the trees are a little bit smaller. And Cartwright Ranch also has its own little shops as well, little coffee shop, bar, and the sushi place in Hidden Springs is actually moving over to Cartwright Ranch as well. And the other spot is gonna be Dry Creek Ranch. Now that's actually not connected to Hidden Springs or Cartwright Ranch. However, it's also a great little community out there built by Boise Hunter Homes. There's a couple different communities in there. They got Creekside and the Hills, and some of this is already constructed resale homes, and then some of these are brand new construction as well. So again, these are all just really great communities out in the foothills. So if you're looking for more of that foothill experience, being a little bit more out in the country in a small master plan community, that can be a really great option for you. Now the price points on these neighborhoods are gonna be a little bit on the higher side. Generally speaking, you're gonna be looking at paying right around $700,000 up to a couple $1,000,000 depending on the type of home that you're gonna get, anywhere from a smaller home on a smaller lot all the way up to much larger homes and estates ranging up to 5,000 or 6,000 square feet an acre of land. Now the next hidden gems I'm gonna talk about are actually just the towns of Nampa and Caldwell. Again, this is if you wanna get out of the city, out more into the country living, but also get nice brand new homes with access to all your amenities that you're looking for, like Home Depot, Costco, your Walmarts, and easy access for the most part into the city. Now it's going to depend on where you're going to want to end up in those areas. Kind of more in the outskirts is going to give you better access via country roads to get out into the Boise Meridian area. If you want to be closer to the freeway, then we can take a look at some of those areas as well. Just the issue that you might run into with the freeway during rush hour is that the traffic can build up on the freeway trying to get right onto the freeway, especially around like Karcher Road where Nampa and Caldwell really just feed in to I-84. And finally, a concern that a lot of people have is buying remotely and an out-of-state closing. How does that exactly work? So just briefly, I'll just cover that. First of all, when you come out here and take a look around, you can come out here, we can do showings together, but I can also do virtual showings for you remotely over video conferencing like FaceTime, Loom videos that I'll send you. So I can actually help you buy completely remotely, or you can come out and do showings in person. But as far as actually closing remotely, it's really, really simple. We do it all the time. There's a couple ways that we go about this. One, if you're looking to sell your home first off, I can help you find an agent in your town and help you with that to help coordinate more directly with them on the sale of your home. But second up is that you can actually, when you close on your home and you need those funds to buy your new home, we can actually have escrow. We can coordinate with the escrow company out in California or wherever you're moving from and the escrow title company here. And that company can actually wire funds directly to you. So you avoid delays in all that, less paperwork, less hassle, makes a lot smoother closing. So you can close on your home, fund and record very quickly, sometimes the same day or really the next day to secure your home. Also, we work with mobile notaries. So any paperwork, loan documents that you need to sign, we just send a mobile notary out to you and we sign all that. So you don't actually have to be here, and then you can move on your timeline. So again, if you're looking to move here to the Boise area, all you gotta do is reach out. Contact information is on the screen below. Absolutely love helping people just like you make the move here to Boise, Idaho, just like I did with my family. We absolutely love it for the wonderful quality of life. We will sit down with you, figure out exactly what the best area, what exactly it is you're looking for a home. Is it a new construction home? Is it a resale home? How many beds and baths? All these different things. What do you want to be close by to make sure that you move to the right area so you're not selling your home in 2 years and moving again? We want to find the right place for you to help you make the move here. Look, if you are looking to make the move here also and you want to know more about Boise, Idaho, all you got to do is check out this video right here where we dive in deeper, and I'll see you on that video.